Let's turn to another officer-involved shooting from a year and a half ago. Now coming to a head in a Morgan County courtroom. Nearly 8.5 hours of dramatic testimony in an immunity hearing for former Decatur police officer Mac Marquette, charged with murder. Marquette says he shot Steve Perkins in self-defense. WAFF 48's Nick Ballinger was inside the courtroom as those details came to light. Nick, what were the emotions happening inside that courtroom?
Well, Margot, you could see it on everyone's faces. It was mainly just exhaustion. I spoke to Nick Perkins, the brother of the victim in this case, Steve Perkins, and he says after hearing from 4 witnesses over and over detailing what happened that night, it became repetitive. But he says it doesn't matter to him how long this hearing takes. He just hopes that the judge will make the right decision. A total of 4 witnesses, 2 Decatur police officers, a tow truck driver, and a state investigator spent nearly 8.5 hours detailing what they remembered and evidence from a night in September of 2023. It was a night Steve Perkins was shot and killed by former Decatur police officer Mac Marquette. Now, Marquette is seen here in this exclusive video leaving the courthouse after the first day of his immunity hearing. Testimony from a tow truck driver sent to repossess Perkins' truck that was 3 months behind on payments claimed Perkins pointed a gun at him and told him, quote, "Put the truck down." The driver made a personal phone call to an officer to help with the repossession. Officers Christopher McAdam, Joey Williams, and Marquette were in Perkins' yard while the tow truck driver was trying to take Perkins' truck again. Lead investigator Jamie King says the officers did not make themselves known to Perkins, which is what he says was a, quote, failure to keep the peace, and also, quote, unusual for the circumstances. Body camera footage shows Perkins pointing a gun at the driver once again when Marquette yells for him to put the gun down. The video then shows Perkins point his gun toward Marquette. King told the court both men had reasons to fear for their lives at that point. King points out that even before shots were fired, the flashlight on Perkins' gun was pointing away from Marquette seconds before about 18 shots were heard from Marquette's gun. This was also a very emotional day for both sides of this immunity hearing. This was one of the first times we were able to see Marquette's supporters, and Perkins' mother even said it was the first time she saw the man who's accused of killing her son. Now, tomorrow will mainly just be both of the sides arguing which laws apply here, so it's highly doubtful that emotions will run high, but Judge Elliott did have to warn the crowd multiple times to be quiet or they would be removed. Now, we will continue to follow this hearing as it unfolds and bring you the latest. Reporting live in Decatur, Nick Ballinger, 48 News, on your side.